Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's broadcast. My name is Emeka Afibo, and we're very happy to see all of you attending and to welcome all of you. I'll wait a little bit for folks to join before I continue. And while we wait, maybe you can put in the chat which country you're joining from, just so that we get a sense. And also, please indicate if using a reaction or thumbs up if you can hear me. Yeah. Welcome, I'm Danny from Ghana. If that means you can hear me. And Kenechukwu from Nigeria, welcome. Francis from South Africa. It's good to have you. All right. Oh, wow. Heritier. I hope I pronounced the name properly, from Kinshasa. So welcome. All right, I think we can kick off. I'm going to kick off by saying that we unfortunately just got a call from Maxwell. Due to unforeseen circumstances, he is not going to be able to make it today, but he does send his sincere apologies, and we are going to reschedule for sometime this week, maybe Monday, or Tuesday, and we'll let folks know. He's actually very, very sorry about it. And he promised that he's going to make it up to everybody. We're planning to do a 1 hour session today, but he said because he was not able to make it, that he will actually try and make it a full 2 hour workshop later this week. So just wanted to let folks know and apologize on behalf of the Africa Deep Tech Foundation and Maxwell, of course. But yes, Temi, it is it is unfortunate, but we're going to reschedule. Don't worry about it. Also, just so that we make some good use of your time while you're here, wanted to use some of this time to answer any questions. I know for some of you, this is the first info session that you're attending, and maybe you may have joined the challenge in the last week or in the last week and a half. And so we wanted to use this time to answer live any questions at all that you had about the challenge, um, just to make sure that you have all the clarification you need. Before we do that, yes, of course. And also for those of you who are here, thank you, Temi, for reminding me. We are also having another info session later today, working with the Web3 Africa community. And that info session is going to be focused on Web3, for the Web3 and blockchain heads or fans or, enthusiasts or fanatics or however you want to describe yourself. We're going to be having another session later today, and I'm going to pop the link in the chat. just now. Just so that you have it. Yeah, got the link. So later today at 5 p.m. West African time, that's 4 p.m. UTC, we're going to have a Twitter space in collaboration with Web3 Africa. And this is just I'm sharing my screen so that you can see that. What we're going to be talking about. So everything you need to know about resource constrained computing, especially as it relates to the Web3 space. And it won't just be me, it will be me and my good friend, Zach Elfasi from Zygood Labs. So it promises to be an interesting one. So I just wanted to mention that for folks who are here. And if you're just joining, I'll repeat what I said earlier, that unfortunately Maxwell is not able to join us today. But we're going to do a little bit of Q&A about the challenge right now for those who are here. And also there's going to be a Web3 focused info session happening in a few hours in collaboration with Web3 Africa, focused on resource constrained compute. So just wanted to put that, and I put the link in the chat. Cool. So I'll just give a very quick rehash about the challenge, and if anybody has any questions, we can take it now. And if not, all good, we can adjourn until 5 p.m. West African time, 4 p.m. UTC, when we'll be doing the Twitter space with the Web3 folks. Is that fine with everybody? Can I see some thumbs up or reaction? Awesome. Cool. So again, just a rehash of this challenge and what it's all about, right? This is the Africa Deep Tech Challenge 2025, as you probably already know. And it is powered, it's brought to you by the Africa Deep Tech Foundation. The Africa Deep Tech Foundation is a not-for-profit that is focused on promoting and supporting deep tech in Africa. Deep tech we're defining as emerging and research-based technologies. Basically technologies that were not possible yesterday are barely possible today, and tomorrow will be so pervasive that we can't even imagine how life was without them, right? And so anybody who is involved in that kind of technology, or who is involved in going beyond the regular, going a level below the application layer, several levels below the application layer, to do things from first principles. Those are the kind of people that we are looking to support and promote within Africa and in the diaspora as well. And so we put together this Deep Tech Challenge to uncover and find the best and the brightest in the region, in deep tech, with a theme of resource-constrained computing, right? And we're not doing this alone. We have a bunch of awesome partners that we're working with. It's brought to you in collaboration with Future Africa, which is one of the foremost venture capital companies in the region, and the Lauren Tech Hub, the Co-Creation Hub, and IHS Towers Limited, which is one of the leaders in telecom infrastructure in the region. We also have a bunch of awesome community partners like Co-Creation Hub, 3MTT program in Nigeria, the ARM Distinguished Ambassadors, CALA, ISN Hubs, AR, VR Africa, GDG Lagos, the Omniverse, and of course, Web3 Africa that I just mentioned. So what is this challenge all about? It's very simple. It has a theme of resource-constrained compute. Resource-constrained compute is basically solutions that optimize computational tasks when resources like power, memory, and processing capabilities are limited. And this often happens in devices like communication devices, sensors, and embedded systems, right? So it's not just about, hey, build random hardware or write random code. We're looking for people who can not only create these solutions, but can also tell the story of what they solved and how they solved it. Especially when it comes to Africa's unique infrastructural realities, right? So that's really what it is. We're looking for people who are going beyond the regular and building amazing stuff, crazy stuff that we may even never have seen before, right? There is no there is no restriction in terms of what you can build or which sector you should build for, whether it's agri, fintech, education, health, gaming, entertainment, um, whatever it is, Web3, name it. Whatever you want to do, just do it, right? There's no restriction whatsoever. And basically, what we're asking you to do is to build a working prototype that solves a real world problem using the resource constrained computing, right? Again, anything at all, anything. We're not putting any boundaries on your creativity. And we expect you to submit a working prototype or demo of your solution, video, and a comprehensive project report, right? The video should be at most 2 minutes. That's basically it. In terms of the prizes, there's going to be $8,000 cash prize, equity-free grants, and a bunch of other amazing things for the first winner, for the first prize winner. Second place is going to take $5,000 in cash and a bunch of other amazing things. There's a third place prize, $3,000 in cash with other amazing stuff as well. And then there's a special category prize by IHS um, on for people who build things that have to do with power management, right? IHS wants to see the best and the brightest in power management, and they put up a prize of $4,000 cash for the power management category that you can win regardless of whether you're the first, second, or third, or even if you don't even get any prize at all. But you could be the best in the power management category and still win that prize. There's going to be 10 finalists in all from whom we'll select the people who win these 4 prizes. And there's going to be 20 semifinalists at most, 20 semifinalists. If you get to the semifinals or to the finals, you're still going to get a recognition certificate and opportunities to showcase what you did. You're still going to get, if you get to the finals, you'll get mentorship support. And if you get to the semifinals, we're going to promote the hell out of you, right? We're going to promote the hell out of you. And we're going to make sure that regardless of whatever you do and wherever you get to in this challenge, you're not going to regret being part of it. Of course, by taking part in this challenge, you're going to have access to a lot of info sessions with experts in the industry, um, and it's really going to be awesome. So I will stop there. Does anybody have any questions? You can use the chat function. You can use the Q&A function as well. I'll wait for about, I'll give it a minute. Okay, we have the first taker. And we have a question from an anonymous attendee. Said he just joined the challenge and has no idea what's going on. and how are we going to submit our project? That is a good question for someone who just joined the challenge. So the first thing I'll ask you to do is to visit this link that I put in the chat. The short link is bit.ly/ADTC-2025, which I put in the chat as well. Okay, and Fumi, thank you for putting that in the chat. There you're going to find all the information you need and everything we just talked about. The short form of it is submit something that has to do with resource-constrained computing. What you're going to submit in a nutshell is a prototype, a 2-minute video, and a full project report. There's a format for the project report if you look at the link that we sent. In terms of how you're actually going to submit it, we're leveraging a platform called DevPost. It's a hackathon platform, and you can link to you will see the link to that where it says apply on DevPost. You see the link to that on the website, and that's where you're going to submit everything that you have. I know we've gotten the question in the past, like what if it's like a hardware project or something? How are you going to submit that? So would expect to see as much as you can submit in in web form. So maybe it's a video of the full working prototype as part of a link to that video of your full working prototype. Whatever it is you can submit to convince the judges that your solution is actually real, right? If there's a software or IoT component to it, you can submit the link to that as well. But we would want to, at some point in the challenge, if the judges feel they want to learn more about your solution, they'll actually reach out to you to maybe confirm the actual solution itself. But in terms of what you're going to submit, you look at the submission form, you have to submit the link that allows the judges understand what your solution is about. So I think that's along the same line as the second question that we got from Kenechukwu Ekezie, who is asking, how can we present a working demo of an offline first AI-based app by screen record or what? Yeah, so the same thing. Maybe you can submit the link to a full screen recording of the demo of the solution, in addition to your 2-minute video. The 2-minute video is kind of like your elevator pitch of the solution that the judge is going. That's the first thing the judge is going to look at before they can even decide to know if they're interested in looking at the rest of your solution or not. So if it's like an offline solution, yeah, you can submit a full video of the solution working for real. I hope that answers your question, Kanechko. If not, please let me know and I can clarify. And there's a Telegram group or a Telegram channel that you can join. The link is also in the chat. There you can ask questions whenever you have it. You can find teammates there as well, and so on. And Heather is asking, what about the 2-month mentorship after the challenge? Will it be remote? Yes, so by default, any mentorship that is mentioned here is remote unless you happen to be so fortunate to be in the same location as the mentor. One thing I will say at this point is that we're having serious conversations with some of our partners to see if there's an opportunity for the winners of the challenge to be shortlisted for an accelerator program, or an incubator program, sorry, that will be happening sometime this year. And if that happens, then there will be an opportunity for the winners to, when I say shortlisted, they'll probably get into the final stages of selection for that program. But that's not fully baked yet. And if that happens, we'll let you know. But for now, just know that there will be mentorship after the challenge. And by default, that will be remote. But if there's an opportunity to do something in person, we'll definitely make that happen. Let me know if that answered your question. And someone said, I just joined the challenge. Do you think it's worthwhile to start building stuff now? Not too late. Of course, yes, please. So this is actually a good question in the sense that there's a question we've gotten in the past, which is uh, should I like what solution should I submit? Should I submit stuff I've built before, or do I have to build something totally new? The answer is both. You can submit something you built in the past if you feel it meets the criteria of the challenge, or you can build something new. Either one works. Again, the goal here is to uncover the best and the brightest in this space that we can. So if you've built something in the past that meets the criteria, dust it up, create a 2-minute video, write the full project report, and if there's any other thing you need to brush up, you can submit that. If you want to build something new, by all means, probably even better, because then you're building it to exact specifications of the challenge. So it's up to you to do whatever makes sense. Makes sense for you. I also have gotten a question in the past. Can we submit more than one entry? Why not? Right? If you feel you have the time to create more than one entry and you're that good or you have that many ideas, be my guest. But some people may prefer to focus on one thing and get it right. So hopefully that answered your question. If it didn't really answer the question, please feel free to ask again or to clarify. Those were great questions, by the way. So thank you for asking them. There are no stupid questions. Just wanted to say that there are no stupid questions at all. If it's a question in your head, then somebody is also probably thinking about it as well. So don't be shy to ask. All right, we'll give you one more minute. See if we get more questions. Okay, I think we have one more. An anonymous attendee is asking, is it compulsory to be in a team? The answer is no. You can either be solo or be in a team. One thing I will say though is that so first of all, you can be solo or be in a team. There's no compulsion either way. I will say one of the key things that the judges will be looking out for in this challenge is how people are able to, if you read the criteria, judges will be looking for how people are able to combine knowledge across disciplines, right? So building a great hardware solution is awesome. That's great. Like, don't get me wrong, that's cool. But a hardware solution that leverages, I don't know, I'm making this up, that leverages AI, Web3, and something else, right? IoT or something, may stand a better chance because it shows broader understanding of the subject area, right? So that's one reason why some people may want to create teams because they don't have all the knowledge in all the areas. But if you feel that you can, you either have all the knowledge yourself or you can do it all on your own and work solo and you have a powerful solution to submit, please go for it. Okay. Give it 30 more seconds. Okay, we have another question happening by Sophian B. Does the solution have to check the requirement of being able to work in resource-constrained computing? Yes, that is the main requirement. That is the main requirement. That, in fact, that is probably, well, I don't want to say the only requirement, but yeah, that's the main requirement. Like, that's the basis of the whole contest, of the whole challenge, resource-constrained computing. And maybe I'll spend a few seconds to talk about why we chose this theme for this specific challenge. If you think about what resource-constrained computing is, right? I'll go through it again, right? So resource-constrained computing solution is basically talking about code, hardware, and design that that optimizes computational tasks when resources like power, memory, processing capability, right? Those are three key things. When those resources are limited, and this is often in devices like communication devices, sensors, and embedded systems. So if you think about the African situation, power, memory, processing capability, and even internet access, network access, right? These are resources that are very constrained in our region. And so we are really interested in people who can create innovative solutions that make these constraints go away, right? That even though we're operating in a constrained computing environment, you can still get the best. So what can you build that still functions within these constraints and delivers value of some sort, or, it is exciting. So, Sufyan, I hope I pronounced your name right. Let me know if that answer works. If not, please, you can feel free to re-ask or clarify it. Landry is saying it's a prototype mandatory. I mean, if someone does not have the infrastructure to build a hardware, can they just make a demo for the hardware part with a good documentation, of course, on what the final product is supposed to look like? I mean, short answer is yes, right? The only thing I'll say to that is, so yes, you can do that. The only thing I'll say is, if you're going to submit just a design, then it probably means that the thing you're submitting or you're designing really has to be like kick-ass, right? It really has to be kick-ass. Maybe you can even go a step further and submit the design and the simulation of that design, right? But yeah, why not? We want to see, again, the goal of this thing is we want to see, want to unlock that creativity. We want to see the most creative, the best and the brightest in the region. And if, say, you're designing, again, I'm making this up, a nuclear reactor that works on a Raspberry Pi, right? Obviously, maybe you may not have the resources to build it, but you have an awesome design that is 100% guaranteed. Stuff like that would be exciting to the judges to see, right? So yeah, go for it. I hope that answers your question, Landry. If not, again, as always, feel free to ask it or to clarify or ask me to clarify. Great questions. I'm really, really excited from the kind of questions we're getting because it shows, yeah, I, I like the thought process. It shows folks are really, really engaged and thinking about creating amazing stuff. All right. I'll give it 30 more seconds. Again, for people who just joined, sincere apologies. Maxwell was not able to join us today. He sends his sincere apologies to everyone. He's going to make it up to us by giving us a session that is probably twice the length of what he had planned before. We're going to send out a rescheduled time later this weekend, hopefully for next week, I mean this coming week. And it's really, really going to be awesome. Trust me. Some of you may have interacted with Maxwell before. If you haven't, or if you have, then you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then this is one that you should look forward to. So really sorry for that. But again, we took the time to do a little bit of Q&A just so that uh, we can make the most of the time. And with that, if there's no other questions, we will thank you for showing up. Apologies again for the no-show, but we did, at least I'm happy that we're able to make good use of the time. And remember, in a few hours at 5 p.m. West Africa time, or 4 p.m. UTC, we're going to be having another info session with the Web3 community in partnership with Web3 Africa. I put the link in the chat. Oh, I have one more. Okay. Oh, wow. The questions are coming back. So, a question from Israel says, what if our team has more than 4 members, say 5 in total? Would we be eligible to participate in the hackathon? That is a great question. The hackathon only recognizes 4 members in the team. That's the way I'll put it. We only recognize 4 members. So that's basically it. If you look at regardless of whoever wins or what they win, we're only going to recognize the 4 team members. And so we have another question. And Israel, let me know if that clarifies, please. We have another question from Landry. Says, thank you for your answer. If one is building a nanotech product that I can make now, if they build a bigger product that does the job, will it remove points? I'm not the judge, so I can't tell you for sure. But I'll just say this just so that it helps you shape your thinking, right? What we want to see is the thought process and how you were able to turn that to reality. Okay. So if you have having a great design, that's step 1, right? Being able to create a prototype of that design, that's taking another step further. So if it's a nanotech product, for example, that you are not able to make now, but you created a design to show you show us a design of how the nanotech will work, and then you show us a prototype of a non-nanotech version of that, but that still uses the same design. I'm sure that's something the judges will appreciate. But in terms of whether it's going to add points, remove points, or whatever, I'll leave that to the judges to decide. But again, what we're really, really looking for is the thought process and how close to reality you're able to do that. Again, it's about resource constraints, right? So show us how you can innovate within those constraints. Thank you, Israel, and thank you, Landry. Again, hopefully this clarifies. Not happy to clarify. Okay, these are all solid questions. Thank you so much. All right, so let's try again. Whether for real this time, this will be the real end. I'm deliberately delaying for a few seconds in case someone is still typing. But yeah, thank you folks for showing up again. Apologies that Maxwell couldn't make it. We're going to make it up to you. And trust me, it's really going to be awesome. But come back again in in a few hours' time. I'm just gonna get the real, how many hours time. In in about an hour and a half from now, we're gonna be hanging out with the Web3 Africa crowd, and it's really gonna be awesome. Full info session, but this time focused on the Web3 space. And if you have like if your idea could use some Web3 love, maybe you're in the AI space or the hardware space or whatever it is, or the VR space, XR, extended reality, whatever space you're in, and you feel you could use a Web3 teammate, be sure to show up for that session as well, because you'll get connected to folks in the Web3 community who would be very eager to partner with you. The link for the Twitter space is in the chat. And I will see you all then. Thank you so much to Oluwafumi Lumoko, who has been behind the scenes, making sure that everything functions uh, well on this call. Really appreciate it. And to the team, the ADTF team, Zach, Bolahan, a bunch of folks, our partners who are putting in the work to make all of this happen. Thank you. And we'll see you in an hour and a half in the Twitter space with Web3 Africa. Thank you so much. Bye.